What up? Today the first episode of Trendsetters. I got my boy Alston with me. How you doing, bro?
What's up, bro?
I ain't seen you in a minute since what?
2015. June of 2015.
The elections.
Yeah.
He's running for state assembly.
It was definitely.
Right? How it feel like since then? Like, what you been doing?
I mean, life is a journey. I feel as though that, was I in a good state of mind back then? I think I was in a good state of mind, but as far as suffering defeat, you think that you want to be victorious, it humbles you, brings a sense of humility, but from you never fall down and I get back up. I never felt as though I fell down. I just felt as though you evolve, you move on, you take that experience, and you do something positive with it. That's where I'm at right now.
I remember it was so fun doing that whole election, that whole campaign.
That's when I first met you.
So fun, like.
But congrats on what you're trying to do right now.
Yeah,
I like this.
We're doing a little show, trying to put something together.
Mm-hmm.
We need people like you that's leaders, that's trendsetters, that can help the youth move on. Try to move on, do better things with their life instead of being in the streets. I know Jersey City's bad, and you're one of the people that make this stuff better for us.
Mm-hmm.
So, chose you. I want to talk to you. And you're my bro.
You know that.
We're gonna make things happen. How business has been going since then?
I'm just, I'm busy. You know what I mean? I can actually say that I'm blessed as far as when I'm grinding on the business side, whatever. I've been very blessed throughout my whole life. That's not something I ever really, really worry about as far as, a downtime. I believe in what I do. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm 4 or 5 different things going on at the same time. But bottom line is you got to bring prosperity back to your household. There's people that you need to provide for. There's the legacy that you want to leave, and there's also the transfer of wealth that you want to leave to your family and everything. So that's something that is on my mind 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I see you got like a lot of people in City Hall just all into what you're doing right now. You got a blog or something going on?
Yeah, I got a blog called Alston County Chronicles. I use it as my platform to keep people aware of what's going on politically, what's going on socially in our communities, and I like it. It's something that started out, I didn't know how successful it would be. Mm-hmm. It's become something that's very successful, and at times I think maybe I spend too much time on it, But at the same time, I'm glad that people are enjoying it, and it gives me, the platform that I would like to have,
So what is that platform?
Well, I like to have a voice in what's going on in my community, socially, economically, even politically. I don't shy away from that. I think that, that I'm very progressive in my thinking. I'm very critical. I'm very critical in my thinking also. Not only on the leaders in our community, but on myself. Are we doing enough to empower people, enlighten our community, or even really solving problems? So, that's what I like to do. I like to, be a facilitator who can bring people together to solve some of the things in our community.
You're getting a lot of people mad with that. It's like you're just speaking who you want to, what you want to say, you're saying what you want to say. People getting mad over that.
Well, that's where I think that, what a lot of people understand is I think that's where the racism comes in. Okay, I think that that is, and I don't want to say it politically correct. I think when a black man possesses a certain amount of independence and he doesn't stick with the stereotypes. They like the system as far as, you know, be very careful in your words, be very, be direct but be indirect, you know, that I'm very direct in my thinking and I'm very critical, even if it comes to criticizing friends, you know, I'm very blunt with it.
As a black leader of your community, what do you feel like? Like, what's your position? What do you feel like you're entitled or doing?
You know what, I think that, I don't even know if I would call myself a black leader at this point.
Bro.
Okay, but I don't even know if I would say that. And the reason why I say that is this, is that there's a lot that I still need to learn, right? But I just think that I owe it to a certain class of people I feel as though have been that have been discriminated against, no matter who's in power. I think that I have a close relationship with these individuals, and I feel as though I understand the politics and maybe what's going on a little bit better than them. So my role, if anything, is to be the one that, that shares the knowledge and explain to them what's going on, whether it be one person or 5 people or 1,000.
Let me ask you a question, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on President Trump?
You know what? My thoughts of him are they're convoluted, and what I mean by that is that you could talk about the Trump presidency and you could talk about him as an individual. Okay, now him as an individual, it seems that he exudes a certain amount of bravado, a certain amount of narcissism, but it's embodied with a racist idealism, you know, and that makes me very upset as far as to realize that there's people that I know that are empowering that racist idealism that thinks this is okay. What I think what it represents the Trump presidency, it was a direct revolt on the Obama presidency. You know, he's a racist marketing genius. You know, that realized that if I use the racial divide, that it can elect me president. Now, what I think that what we can learn from it, right, is that this country is very much racially divided. That it opened up wounds that were being concealed, but they were already there. That was still existing, you know. And I think that's something that black, brown, poor people need to realize is that this country is divided by race. This country is divided by creed. It's divided by wealth, and that's very much where we are right now, you know. And in some ways, we've always been there, you know. I think that the African American community, we were divided during the Obama presidency. So we now look at Trump as everyone's used Trump as the thing to rally against when it's the system itself, and Trump is just upfront and very direct with his racism, you know. And that's how I look at it.
I really don't feel like he's racist. I feel like he's just ignorant. Like, he's all about business.
But you know, racism exudes ignorance. You know, ignorance will empower racism. You know, I just think that, you know, we have to also understand that he's a man that grew up at a certain time also.
Yeah.
So, you know, white man, 7 years old. There's still a lot of white tendencies, white. How can I say, elitism, you know, that maybe his children might not feel, but as far as that, his era, it's more about his era also.
You don't feel like he could help America with money and situations and all that, since he is a good businessman. You can't like take that.
I don't even think that it's I don't think it's the money itself. I think it's that it's the power of his office that he realizes that he could really change lives from being this out-of-the-box type political, leader now. That he has chosen to take the part of where he believes that there's how can I say it, that he's gonna profit off of racism.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like he'll do the same thing. Just cause he knows that everybody's racist right now is going with him. He's powering off of that, and it's just like it's like the Hulk. When you keep hitting the Hulk, it's just getting bigger and bigger. If you was the president, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know you're gonna take care of your hood first. What would you do for Hudson County?
What would I do for Hudson County if I was the president of the United States?
Yes.
I don't think there's pretty much anything I'll do just particular for Hudson County. I think that one of the things that I will do is look to the justice system. I just think that the justice system is we're not progressive enough in our justice system. There's certain things that I just don't like to see. One of the things that I was telling somebody the other day is that I don't understand how a police department can have an internal affairs unit and it consists of police officers. I think the internal affairs unit needs to be made up by a special unit that has no affiliation with local police departments. Also think that I've had legal troubles in the past, and I just don't understand how the prosecutor's office could be in the courthouse. Those are things that I just think that there's a clear bias. You go to court, see a judge, and the office is down the hall for prosecutor.
Yeah. Not to cut you off. How is that, Lee? Like, what happened? Like, what was that whole situation that you was going through with the law and all that stuff?
The situation I was going to, it was a matter that to this day I don't think I did anything illegally wrong. Mm-hmm. Right? I think it's a situation where I showed poor judgment, maybe as far as in ethics, or maybe even in picking who I want to pick as a partner. Okay, it was a situation where that I allowed people close to me to even become targets of something like that. But I'm dealing with that. It's something that's behind me, mm-hmm. right? And I'm in a much better place right now.
Mm. Yeah, as your partner, you talking about William Mays?
Oh no! I'm talking about as far as the whole situation, as far as with my own legal drama, like Rob, he had nothing to do with as far as my situation. His situation was something totally different,
How, you still talk to him or anything like that?
I haven't talked to him in a few months, right? But there's no denying that I have a strong bond with him. All friends make mistakes.
Mm-hmm. That's still your boy, man. Come on.
Oh yeah.
That's what's
up. 100 grand. I'm not afraid if I can't be supportive. And he'll be all right. He'll be all right.
Yo, Bruce, let me ask you a question. What can we do for the youth? How bad, we on the news all the time, people getting shot and all that out here in Jersey City. What can we do to make things better, to improve our community?
That's so, it's a tiered problem, right? Is that the reality is this: you can't save everybody, okay? So what we have to do is you have to start doing things as far as catching these young men and these young women as early as possible, right? So one thing we have to do is we have to address the disparities as far as in the education system, okay? We have to address as early as possible that each child is getting a quality education, okay? Then when it comes to as far as the justice system, there's reforms that has to be done in the justice system. there's also have to be a way that we have to teach people that economic empowerment, right? We also have to understand that, like right here in urban America, it seems like there's a lot of gentrification going on. So with the affordability being a question, there's a more greater need for social, for social assistance, you know what I mean? There's people who can't afford their rents, So we also have to get back into making sure that our people are being trained and retrained for our workforce, There's so many different issues, right? And it comes down to really an overall agenda that has to be created that has to bring benign collaboration of people, right? It has to be social leaders, economic leaders, education leaders, religious leaders, psychologists, environmentalists, that we have to stop this Band-Aid approach. And we have to start addressing issues that can create opportunity for the next generation, not just even immediately. And that's where we at.
I feel like it's all on the leaders right now. Even me, as far as me, I'm a leader. Like, it's on me too to help the young kids on the streets that's looking up to me, or even through my music, to try to make them do better than what they're doing.
I think it's that we all have to understand that young people follow the people they see. So that that you have to pass that baton and realize that, people are following what you do. People have, anybody that feels they have a voice, that, you have to be always conscious that there's people looking at us and, and realize that's a responsibility. That's what hurt me most when I got to my legal situation. I felt as though there was a group of people that were following me that felt as though I disappointed them, especially the young people, But you have to explain to them what's going on. You have to explain to them how you overcome adversity, and that's the most important thing.
It's true, because when that was going on, a lot of people was hitting me up like, "See, I told you about Bruce Alston." I'm like, "Nah, he's good dude. Like, that's my guy."
But I expect that.
That's bull crap, whatever. Like,
yeah,
he's good.
I expect that. I take that.
Yeah.
I can take that. Like I said, Muhammad Ali said he was the greatest and he didn't win every fight. You've seen people out there who've made mistakes in businesses and rebounded, I didn't murder anybody, I didn't take $133 million or take any money, period, but that'll all be addressed later on. And like I said, we just got to teach people that you can overcome any adversity that you're dealing with. And that us as people need to realize when people are going through things, that's when they need your support the most.
Like, you coughing, you smoke, you drink.
Nah. Just a little allergy right now. That's all.
Once you get sick, that's good though. You don't smoke at all?
Nah, I don't smoke at all.
Cigarettes?
Nah.
Drinking, I know you drink something once in a while.
I'm drinking.
When was the last time you drank?
I think 2015.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow, that's real loud. Alright, dudes, like last time I seen you was 2015. You ain't have no wifey done none of that. What's going on right now?
When you say what's going on with you, no, I'm not married.
You're not married?
I'm not married.
Girlfriends, side chicks, something. What's going on?
Girlfriend, side chicks. I'm gonna tell you this.
Dating.
I'll tell you this. I've learned to keep my personal life very personal, and I'm going to tell you why. I think that puts whoever I am involved with, right? it makes them a target. Okay? So I just think that I've learned to keep things like that very, very personal. No, I don't think I'm some type of celebrity or anything like that, but I just know how this game is played. You know, and I don't want to put anybody else in any kind of line of fire because of my outspokenness. I mean, do I have somebody that means something to me? Of course. You know, do I have a perfect relationship? No. Am I flawed? Yes. You know what I mean? But will I get married eventually? I'll get married. Exactly. Yeah.
Ladies, I don't know if he's single or not. He's not saying it, but he's the man right now. He's the man to look for. Bruce, since I met you, like, we connected because, like, to me, I connected with you because you was a businessman. And top that off, like, you stood fly. Like, I love staying fly. Like, I'm a fly guy. Like, you always threw on some suits and all that. I'm like, yo, Bruce Alston's a fly guy. Like, what's your take on that? Like, what's the, like, on the culture? Like, what's going on in the culture, the new millennials?
I think you gotta realize this, is that as a man, period, right, is that I like my appearance to be a certain way. I like a professional look, right? I think it speaks volumes to people when no matter what genre you're dealing with at the time, whether it's something business, something community related. I think that it shows people that you have a belief in yourself, right? I think it exudes confidence, you know. But I think what I like to see the millennials do, I like to see them have as far as in fashion, a more cleaner look, right? A more diverse look, as far as them realizing that appearances aren't everything, you know. But I also want them to keep their bling, their style, their flavor, you know what I mean? And realize that there's one way to dress for the boardroom. There's another way to dress when when you're out, you're out doing whatever. And that's something like I try to mix up. Is that hey, when it's time to go to that black tie affair, I know how to go to that. When it's time to go to the boardroom, I know. So that's something I take good pride in. I take a lot of pride in.
That's how I am. Everybody asks me, are you getting dressed up to go to the store? I just like feeling fly. Like, I like this. It's my pride. Like, I just like feeling good. It makes me feel good. Bruce, when you in the car, what do you listen to? Like, what does Bruce Alston listen to while you driving?
I could listen to Jay, right? Listen to some Jay. I can listen to Ed Sheeran. I can listen to YouTube. You know what I mean? I can listen to Sting. I might throw a little Bruce Springsteen in there. I might go back and throw some Biggie in there. I listen to everything. I listen to everything. Depends on my mood. When I'm out on a Friday night and I'm going out somewhere, I might throw a little John Legend in there. It depends. It depends.
Yeah. Remember we was doing karaoke.
Okay.
I'm like,
right side.
we was doing karaoke.
And I came out with the John Legend piece, huh? Yeah. Nah, you won't get me to do that again. I'll tell you that.
We're gonna get you in there.
Nah, you won't get me to do that.
Hey, Bruce, we're gonna come to the end of the show, but this is the segment of my show. It's called Get It and Go. I'm gonna ask you 3 questions, and the first thing that comes to your head, you gotta let it go. Like, just say it. Don't be shy, nothing. Like, just say it. My first question is, when Bruce Alston wakes up, what's the first thing you think of?
My father.
Your father?
My father. I think about him every day.
What you like?
I think about my father as far as like my business mindset, as far as like, what are you doing today to be better? What are you doing today to be greater? My father, hardworking businessman, and he's made it possible for me to be an entrepreneur, so I think about him every day. It's the first thing I think about every day.
That's dope. If you was a superhuman, what would be your superpower?
Superpower?
What would be? If Bruce Alston had a superpower, what would it be?
I think I'd be more like a Robin Hood type, as far as, you know, I would steal from the wealthy and give to the poor. And I guess steal.
That. I don't feel like that's a power though. You just do that. You probably do that.
Okay, you know what? I'll put it like this. I'd be the guy that I could go into a bank safe without being detected, take the money and just give it to
the old. You're crazy, man. Yeah, we stuck on the island, right? We got once a week. You get one girl, one meal, and one album. What would they be?
Who would the girl be?
Who would the girl be? A celebrity, it don't matter.
I'm with Nicole Murphy.
Nicole Murphy.
I'm with Nicole Murphy.
It's nice. She brings you an album. What album would she bring?
She gotta bring me the greatest of Luther Vandross.
Hey, how about a meal? What would the meal be?
Huh?
What would the
Strawberries and whipped cream.
Yeah.
You good.
Yeah, hilarious, man. Yeah, it was nice seeing you again, Bruce.
Hey, man, listen, good luck on your show.
Thank you.
You know, like anything I can do to help you, you know, let me know. But, you know, I'm glad you're doing well for yourself.
You know, I always hit you up, man. Anytime I got some business going, I always look for you for opinions.
All right, no doubt.
This is Trendsetters. We here with Bruce Alston. We out of here.